I was reading the comments on yesterday's video when I had the 1000 watt hour portable battery. And there is a lot of comments on there from people saying, does this thing run an induction cooktop? Can I power a 6000 BTU home air conditioner? And what about a plug-in ceramic space heater and all these other high-powered things like toaster ovens and electric ovens? And I think this video was much needed for some of you. There is a massive amount of power required in order for you to power very high power items. So I'm not talking about just the one battery that's going to power it that day, because when you're planning an electrical system in your van, you need to make sure you have enough reserve power to get you through a few days. So just say you were to buy a 1000 watt hour portable battery. You need to make sure that your power needs are going to be enough that that battery is going to last you through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe Thursday is a nice sunny day and a driving day, and you can top it right up. But you need to make sure you've got reserve power to get you through a few days. Sure, that 1000 watt hour battery will power a 1000 watt item, but only for 1 hour, and it's dead. Like completely drained out, overdone, dead. And it probably won't last the full hour because there's going to be some losses and stuff in the battery, say, I don't know, whatever, 5-10%. So you might not get the full hour out of it. But who wants to run a high power item that's going to kill their battery in 1 hour and it's over? Can you run a 1500 watt or a 2000 watt induction cooktop off of a product that only has a 1000 watt output? No, you just can't. So I need to talk to you guys today about the realities of your guys' power requirements going into van life. So if you're starting, you're on a budget, like I was on a budget, man, I was broke. All the money that I was making was going to debt. I was drowning in it. And if you're in that position, then this is going to be some great reality check for you guys. And or if you're on a fixed budget or pension, anything like that that's fixed, and you're coming into van life and you want to start van life cheap and affordable, let me tell you guys that those high power products do not belong inside of your van life, not even for a minute, and because you just can't afford to run items like that. If you're on a budget and you want to run an induction cooktop, you can't afford it. That's just the dead reality and the truth. You may have the induction cooktop already, but you're also probably living in somewhere that's on grid that you can plug into and you have unlimited power. Anytime you want to take whatever you need, you just take it. But running something that high powered in your van requires a ton of power. Like a 2000 watt induction cooktop requires a 3000 watt inverter. Wires about that freaking big in order to get that 3000 watts of power running throughout your van. Plus you're going to need a ton of battery reserve. So the key to that thing is you need the battery reserve, because think about it. If you drain your battery Monday and Tuesday is a rainy day and not a drive day, what are you going to do? You'll have no power. So that's why they build systems so you have enough power for Monday and the same amount of power lasts you through Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe Thursday you're back out getting more power. Do you know what I mean? Those systems, they build them based on keeping you powered if you ever happen to not be around an ability to get power. It gives you a few days to kind of gather up all of your power, whether it's from solar or shore power or from your alternator while you're driving. So we need to talk about this, because if people are on a budget and getting into this lifestyle and they think they're going to bring their ceramic space heater that they have plugged into their spare bedroom at home to keep it a little bit warmer, you ain't going to be able to bring that in your van. That appliance, for one, belongs on grid, belongs in your on grid home, not in your off grid home. There's just way too much of a power draw. There's way better heating options for mobile living than it is to bring your space heater that belongs in the sticks and bricks. You know, you can run an Olympian Wave 3 like I have, or you can buy a diesel heater or whatever other way you choose to heat your van. But products and appliances from home, from the on-grid life, don't belong here. And keep in mind, if you do want to bring items from that old life into the new life, it's going to cost you, and it's going to cost you a lot. So if you want to bring your toaster oven, your microwave, and your induction cooktop, you better have the bankroll to be able to afford the battery system and power system it's going to take to power those insane items. That's a luxury. And I know you've seen friends of mine on my channel that have huge battery setups in their Sprinter vans, but those are people, for one, that have the budget to build a van like that. I don't, and I know a lot of you don't, but they have the budgets to build it like that, and they know what it takes to power those items. And you watch any good tech channel. I'm going to use Will Prowse as an example. Even he will tell you, if you want to run an air conditioner, you better be ready to spend 10 grand on batteries and solar and inverters and power wire just to run it. It's insane. It's crazy. So if you have those kind of power needs, then you might be the kind of person that's probably going to be more benefit from plugging in every day. Go pay the 40 bucks a night or whatever it is to find a campground that has power. Because if you have those kind of needs and you're on a budget, then you're just going to have to pay for places to sleep every night, because unless you have the 5 grand for parts to buy the electrical in your van to power those things, it's not going to happen. And that's just a blunt reality of it. Because I know if you're going to run an induction cooktop and a microwave, you're going to need at least 3 lithium-ion batteries or lithium iron phosphate batteries, whatever you're buying, that are going to be $1,000 a pop. In Canada, they're $1,500 a piece. And you're going to need probably 3 of them, so you have enough reserve power to get you through a few days. So you don't want to build those systems with just one if you have that kind of a draw every day, because you're going to kill your battery constantly every single day. You're better to have more reserve power and deplete what you need for the day and know you got 2 or 3 more days of the same amount of power use. But my suggestion is, guys, if you are on a budget, you need to stop it with those items. They don't belong in your budget van life, and nor will they ever fit. Sure, the battery that I had in my van yesterday, in the video yesterday, that will power a 1,000 watt microwave. If you're just heating something for 15 seconds, sure, that thing will power the microwave, no problem. That thing will power your hair dryer, your curlers, but it ain't gonna power your space heater. It ain't gonna power your induction cooktop. It sure is whatever ain't gonna power a big 6,000 BTU wall air conditioner like somebody asked. And it's not gonna power like toaster ovens or electrical ovens. It's not. Those appliances have way too much of a power draw. So if you wanna know if the items you have at home can be powered on a portable battery like the one yesterday, right on the bottom, this one's hard to read because it's stamped on the rubber, but on the bottom of all electronics is what the power draw is. So if something says it's a 1 watt draw, like some LED lights may get 1 watt draw, means it would run for 1,000 hours on a 1,000 watt hour battery. Just say you have a microwave that runs 1,000 watts. That will run for 1 hour on that battery, and that battery is dead. It's over. What are you gonna do tomorrow? What are you gonna do tomorrow if it's like raining outside and you don't have solar and you're not driving? You gotta think about those reserve days of power. Because I'm not a techie channel to dive into that stuff, but my suggestion is go watch Will Prowse's channel. Go dig back on his channel, because he's made videos on what you would need to run those kind of items. You would be shocked. You'd be like, what? I need how much power to run that? Just let it go. That's all I gotta say, guys. Is just let those items go. I started van life really broke. I was on a budget. I was just seeking something different and seeking a change in my life. And I'm glad I started this life, because it's given me what I have today. Like I'm doing great. My van looks really good, and I've had the opportunity to travel. But I also started with just a bunch of things in a box and some plastic cabinets. And I bought a camp stove. Never had a camp stove in my life. I never liked camping before van life. But I sacrificed a lot to get into this lifestyle. And you guys are going to have to sacrifice some of those electronic items that you say you can't live without. You guys can live without it. So my suggestion right now is if you guys are dreaming about using these items in your van, I would take those items at home you have right now, unplug them, tie the cable up, throw it in a drawer, and don't look at it for another few more months. and cook without them. Because you can make garlic bread that you would normally throw in an oven. You could make it in a frying pan. I do. I used to put nachos in an oven. Well, you can put them in a cast iron pan or in a pan with a lid over the top of it, and it'll melt the cheese. May not be the same, but it's close enough. You're gonna have to make sacrifices to be in this lifestyle. And the electrical one, I know, is really hard to wrap your head around. Just know that those big power draw items are going to be very expensive to run. So grab the electronics you have now, flip it over and see what it pulls. So even me in my van, I have a 100 amp hour, I have a 105 amp hour AGM battery, right? Which charges all my, so besides my Jackeries, I have my 100 amp hour battery. I drain that battery down to 50% every day. I run my lights, I charge my laptop, which is my biggest draw, and believe it or not, that thing yanks power. Laptops are pretty damn hungry, and I use that thing all the time. I charge my laptop at least 2 to 3 times in a day because I'm always editing for that long. You just need to start really thinking about your power requirements, guys, and just ease up on them, especially if you're on a budget. If you're rich, guys, build those big elaborate systems. You guys will have fun in this lifestyle. You'll enjoy it. But if you're just looking to power like normal life things, like your hair dryer for just a short amount of time, laptops and all that stuff, and even like you can run a microwave on this thing. If you're only like warming up pizza pops and stuff like that, you could run a 1,000-watt microwave off a portable battery, no problem at all. But anything that's over 1,000 watts, you guys are in for a harsh reality check. Yeah, that's my advice, guys. If you're on a budget, let's just keep it that way. Trust me, van life is way more fun when you get to start it with the raw and realness of van life. And at the end of this one, I seen a comment in the video too the other day where someone's like, oh, it's so nice to see, you know, you showing like real van life. Like I did a van tour with a lady the other day, really sweet lady. And someone's like, well, it was nice to see you do a van tour with a real van life, not this fake stuff. Listen, guys, when people get into van life and they have money, that doesn't make their van life fake. Their van life is just as real as mine and your van life on a budget. It's the same. Just because they're in a better financial position when they start than I was, doesn't make them any less of a van life. They just get to live it with way more luxuries, like big elaborate solar systems, big huge battery banks, induction cooktops, electric ovens, and you know what I mean? That doesn't make their van life fake. It just makes them be able to afford the luxuries that me and you both would like. So guys, you got to let go of those luxuries, man. You got to let it go. Sorry. It's just the truth. Look at that piece of garlic bread. Ooh, crispy. I made it without an electric oven, on a frying pan, on a camp stove. Look at that.